The other day I'm standing on my side yard, and I notice through that gate comes a man. A scary man comes walking through that gate. He wasn't that scary. And it was the gas man. And he was coming by and he said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he comes and reads the meter. We talk for a sec about how things are going, how COVID's doing with his job. And we said goodbye, and he walks out of my gate, almost like a guest. Do you ever wonder what allows them to do that? I'm going to tell you what allows them to do that. And we're going to talk about title insurance, which is often seen as like the redheaded stepchild. And I want you to pay close attention to this one. It'll be short and sweet, but super important. All right, so how does that gas man have the right to come onto my property and read my meter? Well, let me talk to you a minute about something that most people overlook when they're buying or selling a house, and I wish that they would pay more attention to it because it is extremely important, and that is title insurance. Falling asleep? Don't fall asleep yet when I say title insurance because this is exciting. So when you buy or sell a house, especially in California, there are different deeds around the country. Every state's got their own different deed that they use. But in California, we have a deed that really only says two things to a buyer. So a seller signs a deed. They take that deed when you're buying a house. You ever been buying a house and you say, "Oh, we're waiting for it to record"? Okay, that means that that deed that the seller signed says, "I am not encumbered on this house. This house is no longer encumbered, and I am giving you my interest in it." Okay, they have it notarized. That goes down to the county recorder's office where your home is at, and it gets recorded. That's what the recording means when you're waiting to hear back that you own the house and waiting for the keys. Okay. Now, during the course of escrow, typically during the first 10 to 14 days, you're going to get something called a preliminary title report. And in that preliminary title report, what that means is it's going to show you everything that's recorded on your home that you're buying. Okay? It is going to show you any easements, like the gas man being able to come through my gate, all utilities, people able to come in and out of the house. It will show if there's pipes running underneath my house and who has the right to maintain them and come on the property to maintain them. A lot of times you find that in older neighborhoods, there's pipes and lines and utility lines running under each other's properties. May even have a shared party wall with a neighbor. That might be on there. A road next to your property, and who can use it and how it's maintained. All that stuff, okay? All that stuff is called exceptions, and that's on your title report when you get it during escrow. Pay close attention to it. Actually read it. You're going to see things also, like if you're in a condo community or an association, you're going to see CC&Rs, which are conditions, covenants, and restrictions. You're going to see sometimes other parking easements, use easements, all kinds of things. All those documents, okay, that come. And you could read and have the right to read any document that's recorded as an exception. You can ask for it, and they'll give it to you. And you should. You have a certain time period during escrow. Typically in California, it's 5 days after you receive it. To review, or up to your inspection period, to review that title report. And you can, guess what? You can object to anything that's on there. That's why you should read it very closely. And a lot of transactions I'm in, people are not paying attention to this, but I always bring it to my buyers specifically and my sellers' attention that this is an important part of the transaction and needs to be paid attention to very closely. Because anything that's not on the exception list, okay, and you approve it, that's going to then, at the close of escrow, that's going to be a title policy, like your State Farm policy, like your farmer's policy, whatever it is. That's going to be delivered to you after escrow, and that's going to be your insurance policy. So that anything that's not on that exception list that you approved, if you get a knock on the door one day that says, "Hey, I got the right to park my car in your driveway for 50 years at no cost," and that's not on that list when you bought the house, you call your title insurance company and say, "Hey, some guy wants to park his car here. You got to defend me," and they pay for it. Okay, that's what it protects you for. It protects your most important investment that most people have in the world, and that is their home and their property. Okay, why wouldn't you pay attention to that? Anyway, that's what it's about. Hope that helped. Any questions, shoot me a message as usual, and I will answer it very fast. And hope you have a great day.